Question for the men: what's the worst part of having a penis? I spend all my adolescence telling it to sit the fuck down, not here. Then finally, I reach an age where I'm like, alright, your time to shine bro, and that this petty motherfucker has the audacity to not do the very thing he'd been annoying me by doing at random times for so many years. Honestly rude. If you can't handle me at my math class, you don't deserve me at the bedroom. Sometimes pants/underwear are too tight in that area. Testicle wedgie twisticles. You get erection in public even though you weren't thinking anything dirty. Draw a parallelogram on the board. Boner. WTF? Seems like you have a thing for mathematics. Mr. Happy wants to multiply. Not his fault, it was a cute angle. Just getting boners, man. You can't avoid it, you can't just get rid of it. You just get boners. It doesn't have to be fueled by anything. When it's not sitting right in trousers, no matter which way you shift it, doing the deep crouch, the left leg stretch, the pocket rearrange, the cowboy walk, sit end leg left, then the sit end leg right, tuck the underwater up in there. God, you can't fix it no matter what in the car. My favorite is the sitting in a cramped car with a bunch of women, so if you grab it to move it, you're a perv. Gotta do the sneaky pocket grab. All the places it wants to go. Having to piss with Morningwood edit. I was only answering the question with the first thing that came to mind. I know how to pee with Morningwood. I've been doing it for quite some time now, so I think I have it figured out. 1 to 2 meters before the toilet and then a good aim. The problem is the rapidly changing arc as pressure goes down. Glue leg on hot days. Balls will stick to your thigh. If for some reason a guy just starts walking like a cartoon cowboy out of nowhere, you know what he's doing/edit. Okay guys, I get it. Gold bond and underwear with sack hammocks. It's hard sometimes for no reason. Reminds me of life, he said. Sometimes, not always. It's picky about temperature change. I was in the pool. Do girls know about shrinkage? As a shower, as opposed to a grower. I was going out with my girlfriend for 6 years before we went for a swim in a cold lake. When we got out, and I was changing, she looked down at my crotch in shock and asked what happened in a horrified way. She genuinely thought that the whole "I was in the pool" thing was an excuse used only by guys trying to pretend their dicks are bigger than they are. She brought this up with her friends later and they all thought the same. So, in my anecdotal experience, no, women do not know about shrinkage. We truly have no control over our erections. I've had it fail me when with an incredibly attractive partner, and having someone blame themselves, like, they internalize you must not be attracted to them or something, is so disappointing. Also all the side things, like how you have to intentionally avoid feeling good during sex because you might orgasm too quickly, instead of just being able to enjoy it. It's frustrating. Ugh. When they ask what's wrong and are on the verge of tears because they think it's their fault, so you're trying to comfort them while also trying to rally. That's game over. I don't know about other guys, but I know that there are very few things outside of the realm of the scatological that deflate an erection faster than a crying woman. When this happened, it led to a vicious cycle where I didn't finish after she did. She cried, and I started anticipating it and dreading it and therefore avoiding it. Yeah, I had issues with confidence with the first girl I was really into and my dick just wouldn't work. And then every time after it wouldn't work because I was scared of it not working this time. So obviously that relationship went well. First time it happened to me, she ran off and locked herself in the bathroom. Yeah, like my self-confidence wasn't already in the toilet, thanks. Lol. First time for me was when I knew this girl was coming over, so I took a couple of large dabs to last longer. How embarrassing to take something to try and go longer and it completely prevents you from ever starting. I think I ended up telling her and she was very understanding. Why did I not lock that down? She ended up giving oral for what felt like 45 minutes and it was the most intense orgasm I've ever had. It felt like I went blind for about 30 seconds. 45-minute BJ? Why didn't you lock it down? I had a crush on my neighbor my entire childhood. She was beautiful but into older guys as we grew up. She moved but we kept in touch via social media. One night I was clubbing and ran into her. She was rolling, on ecstasy, and was overly excited to see me. We start hanging out, my friends and hers, and she's like, open your mouth. She puts a molly on my tongue and off we went. We connected, caught up, the usual on it, and she wanted to go home with me. Inner child was overwhelmed with excitement, and it wasn't the molly. We go home. The 17 years of build-up and my dick didn't arrive to the moment. It was the most anticlimactic situation I've ever been in and home she went. I still think about that and how fickle it can be. Gah. The fact that it's small. It might not be long but, it's skinny. There's only 2 things you gotta know about me. 1. I have a 9-inch penis. 2. I'm not sure which side of a ruler to read from. Random boners during puberty. I know it's a trope, But having to walk around while you have a throbbing erection is not great. Thick textbooks were my unsung hero in those years. I think you mean thick textbooks. That's not helping. Best is when I had decided not to change after gym class one time. I was sitting in band class 2 periods later and a raging boner manifested beneath the thin veneer of my mesh gym shorts, because of the extremely hot girl playing the saxophone a few seats down from me. I definitely have an oral fixation of sorts, cause watching her constantly suck on the mouthpiece must have made me horny as hell. She even caught me staring on prior occasions. Any case, I kept having to use the bell of my trombone to cover my unit on that particular occasion. That girl was practically a snake charmer with that thing. Former saxophonist. Sucking on the mouthpiece does nothing, so if that's what she was doing, she was the one with the oral fixation. Oh, to be young again. Band teacher and woodwind specialist. Sucking on the mouthpiece can pull some moisture off of the back of the reed and get rid of the gurgly sounds for woodwind players. Advice no one asked for: to mitigate it even further, when you get new reeds out of the box, soak them in water for a few minutes and rub them on a blank piece of paper to seal the cane veins. This will not allow water to collect in the veins as well as smooth out the surface, minimizing the amount of places water will collect. You are why I love